In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to reduce lag on GeForce Now. First, check your internet connection. You can run a speed test to see how fast your network really is. GeForce Now requires at least 15 megabits per second for 720p at 60 fps and 25 megabits per second for 1080p at 60 fps. If your bandwidth is lower than that, then you are likely to encounter many problems when gaming. Running other applications on your device can consume resources and cause lag on GeForce Now. Close any unnecessary applications to free up resources and improve performance. Limit other network traffic in your home while using GeForce Now, such as video streaming, downloading large files, or uploading files or photos. These can reduce your total available bandwidth. Restarting the app can also sometimes help resolve issues with lag. Close the app and then reopen it to see if it helps. You can also try to reinstall GeForce as well to get the latest update of GeForce Now. GeForce Now often has updates that reduce overall latency and lag for their servers. You can change your server to whichever server is closest to you. The closer the server, the less lag you will get. If you don't know which server is closest to you, keep it set to auto. You can also try other servers that aren't as overloaded, since more people on a specific server can also cause latency. If you're still experiencing lag after trying the previous steps, you may want to try adjusting the graphics settings in GeForce Now. Lowering the resolution, frame rate, and other graphics settings can help improve performance on GeForce Now. So, if I go into the GeForce Now app, click on menu, and then click on settings, then scroll down to streaming quality, and from here you're going to click on auto and change it to custom. You'll see this slider right below, and you're going to set it in between 40 megabits per second to 50 megabits per second. Then, click on resolution and set your resolution down to 1600 by 900 or even 1280 by 720 if you want the least amount of lag. Leave the frame rate how it is and go straight to VSync and turn it off. Make sure adjust for poor network conditions is also set. If you want the least amount of lag and latency, then you can go straight to competitive mode. You can also try using an Ethernet cable if possible. Using an Ethernet cable will have less latency and packet loss compared to Wi-Fi. If you can't use an Ethernet cable, try connecting to your 5 GHz network instead of the 2.4 one. You will also have to move closer to your router if you do end up switching to 5 GHz, since network packets may need to be resent multiple times, which results in stutter. You can also try to reboot your router and see if that improves anything. You can also disable any firewalls you have on. Many firewalls can affect performance or even prevent you from connecting to NVIDIA servers, causing your game to lag. Make sure your computer meets the minimum system requirements for GeForce Now. If your computer does not meet the requirements, it may struggle to run the service smoothly. GeForce Now requires a 64-bit version of Windows 7 or newer. NVIDIA recommends using the latest version of the Windows 10 anniversary update. GeForce Now does not support 32-bit versions of Windows. In terms of hardware specs, NVIDIA recommends at a minimum a dual-core 64-bit CPU clocked at 2 GHz or faster, 4 GB of system memory, any GPU that at least supports DirectX 11 like the NVIDIA GeForce 600 series or newer, the AMD Radeon HD 3000 series or newer, or the Intel HD Graphics 2000 series or newer. If you continue to experience lag on GeForce Now after trying these steps, you can contact NVIDIA support. They will provide further assistance to resolve any issues with lag on GeForce Now. I'll leave a link down below if you do want to contact them. Anyways, I hope these steps help you fix any issues with lag on GeForce Now. If this video helped, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. In this video, I will be showing you guys a hidden setting to get no delay on GeForce Now. Before I do show you guys how to see the hidden setting, it's important to note that this is only for Windows and this is only for the GeForce Now app. I'm pretty sure that Macs already have this setting enabled by default, but if they don't, then I will be posting a video on how to do it on Macs soon. So the first thing you're going to do is right click on the GeForce Now app and click on open file location. And from here you're going to click on geforcenow.json, which is right below geforcenow.exe. If you can't see geforcenow.json, then click on view at the top right over here. You're gonna check hidden items. So most people have it off by default, but you're gonna check hidden items. And then right click on geforcenow.json, click on properties and make sure that read only and hidden are off. Once you unselect them, click on apply and then click on OK. So I've already unselected them, so I'm just gonna click OK. So from here, you're gonna right click over here and you're gonna click open with and click open with notepad. Once the file opens up, we're gonna change some settings. So the first thing I'm gonna change is nv-sdl-vsync from true to false. So right over here, I'm just gonna type in false. The next thing I'm gonna change is nv-sdl-iohid configurable from false to true. So I'm just gonna erase false over here and write true. Just make sure that you don't put any capitals or extra spaces. Just below that, I'm gonna change nv-sdl-hidpi from false to true. So some people may have this on true already, but I don't have it on true, so I'm just gonna type true over here. The last thing I'm gonna change is nb-def-window-size. So for this one, you want to change these existing numbers right over here, and you're going to change it to your screen resolution. So because my screen resolution is 1920 by 1080, I'm going to put those numbers in. Once you've done all of the steps, you're going to click on File and you're going to click on Save over here, or you can just do Control S as well. Now that we have saved the file, just open up GeForce Now. And from here, you're going to click on Menu, Settings, and then scroll all the way down. You will see a setting that was previously hidden called Direct Mouse Input, which minimizes mouse latency during your gameplay. For the most part, it does help reduce input delay to a minimum, but it can actually make the delay worse on some systems. So make sure to turn it on if it's not on already, then run a game to see the difference in delay. So just go back to games and then just run any of the games. Anyways, I hope this video helped. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
In this video, I'm going to be talking about the best servers for low wait times on GeForce Now. If you're like me, you hate waiting in long queues to play your favorite games. So, in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys which servers have the lowest queues so you can get into your games as quickly as possible. One of the benefits of GeForce Now is that it has servers all over the world, which helps to reduce latency and improve the gaming experience. However, this also means that the server you choose can have a big impact on your gaming experience, especially when it comes to queues. So, which servers are the best for low queues? Based on my experience, the following servers tend to have the lowest queues. US Northwest is a server that I always use if I don't want to wait in long server queues. It almost always has fewer people in the queue and loads in much faster compared to other servers. From my experience, it tends to have some of the lowest queues on GeForce Now. The only issue is that this server can get pretty high in wait queues at night. Another server I use is US Southwest. US Southwest generally has the same player amount in queues as US Northwest, but sometimes it has even fewer, ranging from 100 to 200 people at times. I always use this server if Northwest is overloaded. Like the other two servers, US Southeast typically has half the amount of people in the rig compared to my closest server. However, this server can get pretty overloaded at peak times, and it's not something that I would recommend before US Southwest and US Northwest. US West, compared to the other servers I mentioned, does have higher queues, but I've noticed that US West tends to stay more consistent than the other servers throughout the day. This server tends to have shorter queues during the late evening and early morning hours. With US Midwest, it's pretty much 50-50. Some days I've noticed that it's the most overloaded server. On other days it has even lower queues than the Northwest and Southwest servers, even when the server is on peak hours. So it's definitely a server I would recommend to try after doing the previous four. US Mountain, compared to the other servers I tested, typically had less than the others. However, compared to the other 5 servers I mentioned before, it does have significantly higher player queues. During peak times, this server can get overloaded, which is why I would only recommend this server if it's the only one left out of the previous 5. Before you go ahead and change servers, I highly recommend you watch the How to Skip GeForce Now Wait Time Instantly for Free 2023 video, which should pop up near the top right. This video shows how you can instantly skip the wait time without going through the hassle of changing servers constantly to find the best one. Realistically, any of the servers in GeForce Now can have low queues. It all depends on what time it is in that region. For example, the Northwest server has a low queue right now because it's in Seattle, and the time in Seattle as I'm recording this is around 11 a.m., which isn't considered a peak hour. Ideally, the best thing you can do to find a lower queue is to look for servers that are off peak hours, like the morning or late at night. I hope this video has been helpful in finding the best servers for low queues on GeForce Now. If you have any other tips or experiences with servers to share, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
In this video, I'll be showing you guys a new method on how to skip the wait time on GeForce Now. So, there have been many ways to skip the wait times before, but most of them have been patched. However, in this video, I'll be showing you the best and only way to properly skip the GeForce Now wait time queue. So the first thing you're gonna do is go to this website right over here, gfn.zortos.me, and what you're gonna do here is just simply look for a server with the lowest amount. There will be a video in the top right explaining what this is and anything else you would need to know about this website, so I highly recommend you guys watch that first. One important thing that you do need to know, however, is that these are only for Europe servers. I believe the people making this are going to try for other American servers too, so I will keep you guys updated when that does happen. Anyways, once you find the server with the lowest amount, which for me over here is NP-LON-03 with 22 people, you're gonna go to this website right over here, which is status.geforcenow.com. And so the reason we do this is because we need to figure out which server is actually which. So as you can see on this website over here, it says NP-LON-03. So if I go into GeForce Now, you will see that there is no server that specifically says NP-LON-03 here. It'll say stuff like EU West, EU Northwest, EU Northeast, and stuff like that. So you're gonna just go back to the website and you're just gonna look for these servers. So you're gonna go under any Europe servers here, and while you're doing this, you also want to make sure that any server you were using before isn't under maintenance, as that can inflate queues. So if I was to go into the CAE server, I would have a substantially higher queue than any other server because it is under maintenance. So what you're gonna do is just click on the plus icon right over here next to each server, and then you will be able to see these server names here. So if you just keep clicking the plus over here, and then you'll just be able to find the server. So right over here under EU West, I can see NP-LON-03, which matches this over here. So I know that the server is now EU West. So what I would need to do now is to just go back into GeForce Now and just click on EU West. And then you're just gonna go click menu, click games, and then just run any game. And so as you can see, this queue only has 40 people, which is quite less if you think about it. I've seen queues with over 300, 400 people. So this will actually help you find the best server. One downside to this is that you will lag a lot more compared to a server that's near you. But I would say that if you can save time, it's probably better. You can also go back into the Zortos website right over here and just do any other server. So if NP-LON-03, which is EU West, has a high queue, then just use the next best thing. So you can either go for NP-STH-02 or even this one right over here. It doesn't really matter as long as you don't go for these servers that have more than 100 people. Another thing that I would say is to try to join a game session at off-peak times. This means avoiding busy times of the day when lots of other people are also trying to play. Instead, try joining during the morning or late at night, where there are likely to be fewer people in wait queues. You do also need to check the time for the server you are choosing, as different servers will have different times depending on the location. So right now it would be night in London for my time, which is why I'm getting a lower queue than normal. If you were to choose any of the American servers at the time I'm playing at right now, which is 450, they would have far longer wait time since it is evening, which is considered a peak time. Anyways, I hope this video did help. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.